680's Richard Southern joins us now. Richard, the legislature has resumed at Queen's Park, and there's more alcohol changes coming from the Ford government.
Yeah, Erica, we've seen a lot of this over the past year or so from the Ford government. And what they did today, as MPPs returned from 144 days away, is the Ford government tabled a red tape reduction bill aimed, it says, at making life easier for businesses. Inside it, though, is a provision that would allow airports to sell alcohol 24 hours a day. Right now, they're restricted between 9 a.m. and 2 a.m. The bill would also allow Ontarians to bring more wine and beer and spirits across provincial lines. And you're going to like this, Erica. It would allow you to bring your puppy on the patio. It would allow dogs on licensed patios, which apparently was not currently allowed. I also found it interesting what the private members' bills that are currently on the docket. There are a few interesting ones that could become law. First off, there is one called Combating Litter for the Environment and Nature Act. This would make the second Tuesday in May a provincial day of action on litter and would ask Ontarians on that day to pick up and throw away litter. Another private member's bill is called the Reserved Parking for Electric Vehicles Charging Act. It would make it illegal to park in a non-electric car in an electric charging spot. And finally, there's the Menstrual Hygiene Act on the docket. It's an NDP private member's bill. It would proclaim May 28th as Menstrual Hygiene Day. About a third of young Canadian women struggle to afford menstrual products, and this would raise awareness about that. But Erica, I know you're liking the dog on the patio for next summer. That'll be good for you, right?
You know me too well, Richard. You know me too well. Actually, I was in San Francisco this past summer, and they had a patio where dogs were allowed, and I was wondering why this wasn't a thing here in Toronto. All right, how early is too early to start school in the U.S.? Some are pushing for a later start time for students and actually won the battle.
Yeah, California has passed into law this new bill, Erica, and it mandates that school starts no earlier than 8:30 a.m. This is in line with actually a lot of research on this. Doctors say teenagers should get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, but only 1 in 4 get as many as 8 hours. And, not getting enough sleep, especially when you're younger, is linked to all sorts of issues, including obesity, diabetes, trouble paying attention. Adolescents become sleepy later at night, they say, and therefore need to sleep in earlier in the morning. I don't know about you, Erica. I say good. In fact, we should have this mandated, I think, for adults, too. Nothing before 8:30. Thank you very much. No meetings.
We'll see if that flies here in the newsroom. All right, this next one has been debated for years now. Richard, should Pluto be a planet?
It was Well, yeah, I think it should be. But, it was 13 years ago, Erica, that Pluto was demoted from being a planet to being what they call a dwarf planet. And a lot of people were not happy about that because, a generation or more grew up on there being 9 planets, and then there wasn't. But now, NASA's chief administrator says he wants Pluto reinstated as an actual planet. And he says, Pluto has an ocean, has an atmosphere, and therefore should be classed a planet again. He's not the only one. Popular American physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson is on board. He says he strongly believes Pluto exhibits all the characteristics of a planet. So what do you think, Erica? Are you on board with this? I know this is a burning question you need to answer about Pluto.
I'm on board with it, but I'm surprised Neil deGrasse Tyson is flipping because I think he was, one of those who was trying to get Pluto declassified as a planet.
Maybe he's had a second thought. It was a few years ago we had those first images of Pluto, and everyone got to see it up close, and maybe that's changed some minds on the subject, Erica.
I'm wondering. All right, thanks for joining us, Richard. I appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.